And let's get right to it. The game you just saw right here on ONN. Steubenville taking on Mooney in a D4 regional semifinal. Big Red quarterback Dwight Macon setting the tone early on the 63-yard keeper for a score. And the Mooney D just could not stop the Big Red O tonight. Steubenville coming up big on several key 3rd and longs and 4th and shorts. And Steubenville is moving on to the regional finals. 28-16 the final. The Big Red advance to the 3rd round. 3 wins away from their 4th state championship. It's their first win ever over the Cardinals. On the other hand, Mooney will miss playing in the state title game for the first time in 5 years. Hello to you, Ohio, the greatest football fans in the world. This is the Grange Insurance High School Sports Site for the second Friday recap of the postseason. I'm Dan Franzak, and I'm joined alongside my partners for this and every sports site, JJ from JJ Huddle and former Buckeye captain Jerry Rosinski. Well, guys, let's get right to it. Time for our big game breakout. And JJ, Macon, junior standout potential future Buckeye. He played like a D1 recruit tonight, didn't he, JJ?
He turned his game up a little bit. I mean, he's good every week, but he did especially this week. That 63-yard run, that quick in the game, I think it set Mooney back on their heels. But give Steubenville Big Red credit. They played great defense. It wasn't even as close as this score. I mean, Mooney had to score with no time left to make it that close. It was a total domination for a team that had never, Mooney had never lost to Steubenville. Right. They have now. And
the other side of the ball, we talk about Mooney's D. Jerry, really no answer for Steubenville tonight.
Yeah, they were just they were something special there. And we weren't that sure how Steubenville would be looking. The first 6 games of the season, you look at Steubenville's opponents, not one team had a winning record in the regular season there. So Steubenville showed tonight against a good Mooney football team, a Mooney football team that I think was improving every single week, playing their best football at the end of the season. Steubenville just dominated, and it's not just about Dwight Macon in that offense. It's also the defense is tough.
And this really was a big game on names alone, Jerry. I mean, we talk about the tradition of these two teams and just kind of where they rank in Ohio lore. I mean, these are 2 amazing programs. We're going to see Mooney back again.
And Coach Fecco and Coach Reno, I mean, big-name coaches. What is a state championship weekend without a Steubenville or a Mooney there? It's almost too bad they're in the same region. It really is. It's dominant programs. It's football the way it should be played. Fan bases, alumni. It's what high school football is all about.
It sure is.
All right, ONN's Katie Witham is in Canton and we had sideline duties for tonight's big game. And you know what? That's where she joins us now on the sidelines with some victorious Big Red.
Coach, an amazing win for your team. You continue on with your perfect season. Now, when I was walking in here tonight, everyone was saying rematch from last year. With that, how important was this win for your team?
I really, to tell you the truth, I think it's kind of unsportsmanlike to think about anything last year. Our kids and our players earned what they had this year, and last year has nothing to do with this year. I want to congratulate both teams.
Well, you definitely had a big team effort for Steubenville here tonight. You guys came out flying right away, put points on the board. What do you think was the key to your success tonight?
Probably defense early. Tackling early, defense early, and the score helped us also.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations. I'm here with a couple of Big Red players. First off, guys, Dwight, let me start with you. A couple of touchdown runs. I mean, you guys have to be feeling good right now. First time ever beating Mooney.
Oh, it feels great, man. We lost them 4 times before. We just wanted to come in here and execute and do what we had to do to get the win, and that's what happened.
What do you feel you guys did best here tonight?
I think we had a great week of practice, and we came in, we believed in what the coaches did, and we executed.
And what do you guys take from this game heading into next week, which you guys are playing Perry next week?
All the energy that we got from this game, we're going to keep it going, keep it on going, all the way to states.
Thanks, guys. Back to you.
All right, Katie, thanks a lot. Time for tonight's marquee matchup now, a Division 6 showdown pairing 2 undefeateds from Region 21. It's the 2nd-seeded St. Paul Flyers taking on the 3rd-seeded McDonald Blue Devils from Medina, Ohio. The Flyers are the top-ranked team in our ONN Ohio High Power Poll. McDonald ranked 8th. Torrential downpours in Medina this evening, and we pick things up in the first quarter. St. Paul driving. McDonald picks it off. It's going to be Devin Bansberg with the INT. That stops the drive, but McDonald will go 3 and out and give it back. Flyers with the ball, and Matt Wild, more specifically, totes the rock 42 yards on that score. More on him later. 7-0 Flyers. Very next drive for McDonald. And they throw an interception. Justin Wild comes up with the pick, younger brother of Matt. There you go. Nice hops getting up for that one. And speaking of Matt, he's in control of the tempo in the second quarter. 9 yards past the pylons for the touchdown. The extra point would be blocked, 13-0 at the break. Started the second half. Matt driving, and they fake the punt on 4th and down, but the Flyers sniff it out, and there's a fumble there. Flyers recover it. St. Paul on top 21-0. Wild finds Pater once again, 30 yards on this score. Play of the night in high school football. Look at him go. I believe there was like 50 defenders trying to stop him there. Flyers post a shutout, 34-0 the final. Our marquee man, Tony Castricone, was at Friday's marquee matchup and files this wet report on a wild night for the Flyers.
With both teams undefeated coming into this Division 6 Region 21 semifinal, Norwalk, St. Paul, and McDonald were both forced to change their games due to a cold downpour and a slippery surface.
It's probably the worst rain I've ever seen in a game. I was surprised it was puddling up on the field. The ball was soaking. It was bad.
It presents a lot of problems, especially throwing the ball and just handling the ball, and I thought our kids reacted pretty well all night.
The Flyers did a better job of adjusting. St. Paul put together a stifling defensive effort, shutting down McDonald's running attack and taking control of the game.
Oh, yeah. And all the turnovers, we've been preaching turnovers for a while now, and it's good to see. I don't know how many we had, like 5 or 6, but it was good to see all the strip fumbles and the interceptions.
Especially against a team like McDonald. They're a great football team. They present a lot of problems offensively. They run the ball very well, and our defense really, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break.
And then there was running back Matt Wild, who was unstoppable for all 4 quarters, keeping the Flyers offense moving and putting points on the board.
Second half, he really got it going. That's credit to the line. They did a good job. Our receivers did a nice job blocking downfield. And Eric had some big runs for us, too, in the second half.
Matt's crazy. He's outstanding. He's one of the best runners to ever come to St. Paul.
The play of the game put the nail in the coffin as Wild weaved his way for a 30-yard touchdown run.
I was just meant to go outside. I tried to take it outside as much to the sidelines. And then I cut up, and our guys are doing a good job going downfield and blocking to the whistle. So I got good cutback lanes on it with good blocks from those guys. And I don't know, I found the end zone.
As wet and damp and cold and miserable as it was in Medina tonight, no dampened spirits for the St. Paul faithfuls. They improved to 12-0 on the season, and they head to the Region 21 finals after Matt Wild, ran wild. 4 touchdowns for him, and still undefeated going into next weekend's action. For the Grange Insurance High School Sports Site, I'm Tony Castricone.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Time to bring back JJ and Jerry. And JJ, I believe you picked the Flyers to win it all at the beginning of the year, and boy, they proved you right tonight. At least at this point in the playoffs, they look good.
Right, and when we were talking about this game Wednesday, you and I discussed it. I tell you what, I thought that McDonald was capable of scoring a lot of points, but not against this defense, and that's pretty much what happened with a 34-0 shutout. But I tell you what, I mean, they did quite a few 3-and-outs and stopping them on downs, but they kept turning the ball over. But Norwalk St. Paul's just that good, but they got a huge task with Hopewell Loudon next week.
Jerry, with the rain, you expect both teams to run the ball a lot, but it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to stop it.
Oh, you're not kidding, but St. Paul is one of those elite teams that we're seeing start to just pull away. You can tell who the teams are that are really going to make a run at that state championship, and you got to talk about St. Paul. This offense averaged 51 points a game, but Dan, to your point, they run the ball so well. That also helps their defense. I mean, that defense has 3 shutouts this year, and they take on this opponent who runs the ball well. They're prepared. They've been doing that all August and every day, every week in practice. This isn't like college where you got big scout teams you're lining up against, especially in the smaller school divisions there, like Division 6. So, practicing against Matt Wild, that offensive line, that's what makes the difference for a defense on a night like tonight in Week 12.
Plenty more to get to tonight on the Grange Insurance High School Sports Site. Last week's marquee matchup winner battled last week's big game winner this evening in Centerville. Highlights from Tecumseh Anderson straight ahead. Plus, under the lights Friday in Zanesville, undefeated Logan took on unbeaten Louisville. The latest from Division II and the rest of the regional semifinals coming up next on the Grange Insurance High School Sports Site.